Welcome to From Creeping to Preaching. I'm your host, Renee R. White, a proud native Washingtonian, born and raised and still live here in the heart of D.C. I've spent years of my life in this incredible city, and it's not just my home, it's where my story began, where my passion for uplifting my community, especially the youth. This podcast is a space where we can have real, raw conversations about life, faith, and purpose, all rooted in the experience of someone who has walked these very streets and understand the struggles and beauty of the life in D.C. This is episode 4. I like to call this Dressed Up Trash Can. You know, for many years, and for such a long time, I called myself a dressed up trash can. I bet that sounds strange, right? But let me explain. There was a time in my life when I thought if I could just look a certain way, wear a certain right amount of clothes, and put on a perfect mask, people wouldn't see what was really going on inside of me. I felt like I had to hide behind my clothes so people would judge what I had on and not me. They wouldn't see my brokenness, my shame, my pain. I wanted them to see the versions of me I had created, and not the Renee who was struggling beneath all that. It felt like I was constantly trying to clean up the outside, dress it up, while the inside of me was still a mess. A trash can full of things I didn't know how to deal with. Guilt from the choices I made, pain from the times I was bullied, emptiness from not knowing where to turn. I thought if I just looked the part, no one would notice the trash inside. But there's the thing. I was still carrying all of that around with me every day. No matter how much I tried to hide it, it was still there. And the more I hid behind my clothes, behind this perfect exterior, the more disconnect I felt from myself and from people around me. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't letting anyone see the real me. It took me a long time to realize that hiding behind these clothes didn't fix anything. It only made me feel more alone, more trapped. I was so afraid of being judged of who I really was, flaws and all, that I couldn't see how much more filling it would be to just be me, to let it go. I had to start peeling back these layers, letting people see the messy, the imperfect, the real Renee. It wasn't easy. There were times when being honest hurt. Sometimes I tell the truth, and the reactions I got back cut deep. But you know what? That pain was nothing compared to the weight of me carrying for years, hiding behind a facade. Now I don't feel the need to dress myself up anymore. I'm not worried about how people see me. I don't want them to see me. I really want them to see the real me. And I want to encourage you, if you're listening right now and you ever felt like that, I know from me that whatever you keep carrying, the weight around, you don't have to. You don't have to hide behind your clothes, your job, or whatever else. Don't dress up the pain. It's okay to let people see you. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm excited to hear you and how you're peeling back the layers and being the real you. Also, make sure you visit my website, FromCreepingToPreaching.com, for more updates, resources, and information about upcoming events and episodes. I'd like to thank my engineer, McKinley, at Moving in Motion by Matt. See you next week.